my dogs have been done by him. It looks 10 out of 10. And yeah, obviously with them, that'll all come off.
It's purely an aesthetic to achieve a certain look that some people think is attractive. This is what he should look like, look. He's had lovely, lovely floppy ears like this. This one's had its ears cut off, so you can see how jagged they are as well. He probably would have suffered afterwards.
I got my own vet in Cardiff who does it. That's between us, like, do you know what I mean? You say I imported it from Europe, that's all you're going to say.
You gotta make sure you get a passport too, boys. You need a passport, yeah, and Michael. It's our shot, you know what I'm saying? You're not supposed to do it over here, boys.
To get the ears and the passport and a chip is normally around £500. Even though our name will be on your dog's papers, if anyone asks, you can't say that dog's bought from me, like, because I'll get in trouble.
This sounds like a horrendous syndicate. Multiple people involved at multiple different stages with these dogs. It's all illegal. It's all completely illegal. The cropping of ears, the false passports, everything about this is a dodgy system.
My vet's like, he gets them from Turkey. I've took dogs to like shows in Ireland, in Spain, and like obviously I've had to cross borders, and like I've took these passports and I've got through every time, like never had a problem.
This is undermining the whole system, because now we will end up looking at passports with a degree of suspicion. Is this actually a genuine passport? You know, the idea behind the microchipping system was to offer some form of traceability so that you can go backwards and you can trace where these dogs have come from. We can't do that in this situation.
We've got a guy, it's nothing to do with us, but we do use him. All of my dogs have been done by him. You know, he's a professional, he knows which style will suit you the best. And yeah, obviously with them, that'll all come off.
I would say his practices are abhorrent. They're breaching the Animal Welfare Act. He's ultimately advocating an illegal, painful, unnecessary mutilation.
He just takes care of it, brings back the paperwork. If questions are asked, it came from Europe, and that's all you know. And that will come with a microchip and a passport.
It is all for cosmetic reasons, it's all for status. There is no health benefits to these dogs at all.
If it ever comes back to us, we're going to say that it was present when you collected it. After that, nothing to do with us. It's cosmetic. They'll let the women of the world, you know, ruin their tits, their lips, their asses, all of that. But then when it comes to dogs, all of a sudden, they got a lot to say about this, you know, an image.
The reason this is happening is because there is a loophole that allows the importation of dogs with cropped ears. And that's just acting as a smokescreen, clearly, for it happening in the UK.
Everything is filled out. And we can talk also about the price, you know. Depends how many you want. It can be done really fast, you know. So that's not a problem.
I don't think anybody at the border would, it would raise concerns. They're given a passport. Sadly, the information in that passport is falsified, so they're declared to be older than they actually are. It's heartbreaking. We've got 3 puppies here. There used to be 4, but one of them sadly passed away. So we do see disease. We do see the awful condition that these puppies come through in. The system is overwhelmed. The checks aren't fit for purpose, but the penalties aren't there either. But if you were caught illegally importing a puppy, the maximum sentence you would get is 12 months imprisonment. Compare that to, say, smuggling cigarettes. The maximum sentence is up to 7 years. years. If you were caught smuggling cigarettes, you wouldn't get your cigarettes back, whereas somebody caught illegally importing puppies can potentially pay the quarantine fees and reclaim their puppies and still make a profit.
They go from anything for 3,000 up to 10, 15,000, phenomenal amounts of money. So you can have a litter that's literally worth about £60,000.
Unfortunately, it's not a one-off. It's something we're seeing more and more of. Obviously, it causes distress to the animal. It's not being done legitimately anywhere because it's an illegal practice. So this is being done, you know, behind closed doors in people's homes or garages. You know, there's a legitimate and licensing regime for a reason, and it's to protect the animal, but also to protect the interests of consumers. We know from some of the people that we've already investigated that they were previously been linked to drugs and drug charges. And of course, going from drugs to dog breeding is probably perceived as a much less risky way of making, you know, a similar and significant amount of money.
This is all correct. And yeah, obviously with them, that'll all come off.
Hi, Mr. Adam. Mr. Moyes Adam from the BBC. Mr. Adam, can we speak to you about your dogs, please?
I've never arranged to have it done.
You've never arranged to have a dog's ears cut,
cropped. That's
and
correct.
mutilated.
Yes. There's nothing wrong with dog cropping. It's just illegal in this country. If I wanted to keep a pup or buy a pup and it had ears, I would like to get the ears removed. However, it's not legal in this country.
So you would no longer do that, would you?
When you keep repeating, you would no longer do it. I have never done this.
Arranged for it to be done.
I've never arranged for it to be done.
So are you a licensed dog breeder?
I am a hobby breeder, not a licensed dog breeder. What I am is what you call a dog whisperer. I understand dogs very well. I can communicate with them.
Dog whisperer?
Yes. Some people might smirk at this, and I can tell you, I can prove to you otherwise. All right, thank you guys. You can turn it off now.
It's great the legislation is going through, but what about the penalties? What about the checks? What about the traceability? We don't have any traceability.
We've seen a long history of legislation being passed just being pieces of paper and just not having any impact on the ground. And at the moment, I'm afraid, dog breeders that are acting illegally are running rings around enforcement agencies.
You can have all the legislation you like, but if there's not the capacity or the finances to enforce it, then they will continue to do it. Because ultimately, it's low risk, high gain for these individuals, and they are not seeing these animals as sentient beings, they are seeing them as money-making machines. I think this whole situation, however, talks to a wider social issue here. We are harming these dogs purely because we want them to look a certain way.